Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to make a little shaker on my card, and it's totally inspired by pumpkin spice and with a little bit of a Halloween flair. So I am starting with this cupcake shape card die set, but I'm not going to make a shape card. I'm just going to use the cupcake. So I've cut the liner from a piece of pattern paper, the cupcake and the frosting from some vanilla cardstock, and then I need to do some coloring to get these to be my pumpkin cupcake. So for the cake, I have YR18, and then I'm coming in with E19 to really add some dark, rusty color. It was just kind of fun picking out Copic markers that I thought would maybe look like a pumpkin cake. And after I did some coloring, then I am going to take my markers and add some dots and flecks on there, so it just kind of looks like it's, you know, a crumbly little cupcake. So that's what I did for my cake. I think overall it went good. I like the result, and some of this is going to be covered by the frosting, so it's not, you know, super crucial if you don't get it perfect. For my frosting that I want to be maybe vanilla with, you know, it might have a touch of cinnamon in it or caramel, I used E53. Now I'm setting that aside and working on a background to put that on, and I wanted to give it a little bit of a chalkboard look. So I have some white craft ink here and like a really skinny blending brush, like the ones I hardly ever use, and I just went to town putting white ink all over it. Now this is going to dry back considerably lighter, so that's okay if I have some spots that are darker, and right here it kind of looks like it's like taking over, but it didn't really take over. It'll dry back. And then I have a piece of black glitter cardstock I'm going to glue at the bottom, so I have somewhere to set my cupcake and my pumpkin, and I'm making my pumpkin with the ripe pumpkin cut and foil set. I'm just using the cutting dies for the pumpkin here, not even using the face, but you can see there's a really nice detailed outline piece and then a solid pumpkin shape. This will cut an opening, or it will also cut a pumpkin shape. It will also die cut out the foiled pumpkin. All right, so I'm laying everything where I want it to go on my card, and then I'm going to cut an opening right into my card front, and that is where my shaker is going to go on this card. Now, if you like little shaped shakers on your card, I did make one with this cupcake before, so you can do the same thing with that cupcake. So I've cut the opening into my card now, and you can see I had to overlap my cupcake a little bit, and so that I am going to glue down now that that little sliver of the side is missing. And this patterned paper is from the, I think, Harvest Rainbow collection from Trinity Stamps. I do use another paper from one of their collections in this video. I'll have both of those linked for you below because I really love their slimline paper pads. All right, so now I am adding a window sheet to the back of my pumpkin. By the way, I should let you know this card is giant. Massive. It's called an A9. So it is an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock folded in half. It's one of the biggest cards you can make. All right, so I glued my detailed outline pumpkin onto the front of my window sheet, and then I die cut the stem from that same die, again from a scrap of that same green patterned paper to make my cute little stem insert because I wanted it to be green. Now I'm working on the background that's going to show up behind my shaker, and I am using some Distress Mica Spray Stain. Now this is the release from last year, but you could use the one from this year. You could use oxide spray. You could use any spray from your collection. You could use splatter. You could do nothing. Just use what you have here. Make something a little interesting for the background if you want to. All right, now it's time to put my yummy, delicious pumpkin cupcake together. So the cupcake itself, the cake part, has the same outline as the top of the cupcake paper, so they fit together beautifully. Now I am making my shaker reservoir, as I like to call it, surrounding my window with foam tape so that none of my shaker bits from the Fright Night collection can escape. I thought this is a really fun shaker mix. It has stars, little jack-o'-lanterns, sprinkles, and bats of different colors, and I thought it's just really fun. This is my like little touch of Halloween on this card. I also added some seed beads from my stash, and this is going to help those shaker elements move around and just add another fun element of interest into my shaker bits. Okay, I removed the backing off all of the foam tape, and you can see I have foam tape everywhere. That's so the back of this card is level. And there you can hear the shakers moving around inside my card. My favorite thing. Love it. So now it's time to embellish my cupcake. I wanted like a little candy pumpkin on top of it. So I have this gorgeous, like Gourd-geous, hello Gourd-geous stamp set. I'm stamping out these two pumpkins, and I actually end up doing a third one. You'll see that towards the end of the video and where I stick that. And I am just going to color these out really simply with 3 different Copic markers, that YR18, YR07, and YR16. Just like I said, a really easy coloring. The stem actually is going to just be one color, G19. I'm going to do the second pumpkin the same way. And there you can see them all colored up. And now it's time to die cut these out with the coordinating die. I did use a white gel pen to add some accents or highlighting to these, but in the end, there's something else that I add to these that you kind of can't see that highlighting as good, but it's a really cool little effect. So here's my pumpkin going on top of my cupcake, and this is supposed to kind of look like a little candy pumpkin sticking on top there. And what I do to it later will make it look more candy-like. So I added a little shadow under there with my E53 marker, and now I'm bringing out my alphabet die sets. I love these. So we have the the graham cracker alphabet, sorry. This tiny one right here, I die cut out the words "Hey there," and then with our new outline alphabet, I die cut the letters to spell out pumpkin, except for the U, which you can see is being filled in with that tall, skinny pumpkin. Now, if you buy a pumpkin at the grocery store, you might not find a pumpkin that shape, right? But if you go to the pumpkin patch, you will find pumpkins of all shapes and sizes, and we have totally got pumpkins that are tall and skinny and kind of hard to stand up. You know the kind, right? So that's the one, my U is right there. I am using the help of some low-tack tape to get my letters on there. And guess what? I don't even get them straight with the help of the tape. That's just how I am. And so I just have to go with it. My word pumpkin might be a little bit uphill, but I think with everything said and done on the card, you cannot really tell. You let me know if you can tell. And also these little graham cracker letters, I try to get them as straight as possible, but I just think they're a little bit more fun and whimsical when they're not exactly perfect. So there we go. Now we're having some black confetti. Now these are they're called Black Magic, I believe, and they have a little bit of an iridescent shine to them, and I thought they would just be really fun scattered across this card and adding a little extra something to that black background, but you know, it's not too much, and it has like that kind of Halloween feel to it, don't you think? These would also be great inside a shaker. All right, here's that third pumpkin. I just had this open spot down there, so I decided to add a third one in, and I think it really makes the card. So this is the thing that I'm doing that makes these feel a little bit more like candy. I'm adding some glaze to them, and this is going to be like make them raised up and shiny. I'll do that too. Actually, all 3 of the pumpkins. I wasn't sure about the one in the word pumpkin, but I did end up doing it. I'm sprinkling on some kind of chunky glitter, and that's going to give them that kind of candy-like effect. And it really makes them raised up and shiny and kind of darker. So there's my card base. It is a folded in half piece of cardstock, 8.5 by 11, scored in the center, folded over. It's giant. It's a massive card. And that's so totally fun. And by the way, I have found envelopes for these on, you know, the World Wide Web, Amazon. And so if you want to make a giant card like this, you can. And they're not too bad to send. Maybe a little extra postage, but you know, people are worth it. people deserve to have a special card. Like if you're going to take the time to make this special card, you know, use the extra postage and mail it out. So I stamped some pumpkins on the inside for a little extra interest, and then we have our completed card that's totally pumpkin spice inspired. I actually went on Pinterest and looked up pictures of pumpkin cupcakes to be inspired to create my cupcake for the front of this card today. And I just love that new pumpkin die set that I can make a shaker with. So much fun, and you could even add a face to it if you wanted it to be a little bit more Halloween. So have fun with that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I love sharing my creations with you, so I thank you so much for stopping by the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. If you'd like more inspiration, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook too. I will see you all again very soon with a new video. Happy stamping! Bye!